All right, let's do this. We are discussing the await keyword. The await keyword makes a function wait for a promise. In this example, I have an async function, load file. This portion is the producing code. This portion is the consuming code. A popular alternative to writing the consuming code is to use the await keyword. What we'll do is pretend to load a file. Depending if that file loads successfully or not, we'll display a message. Let's do so within our window. Let's create an h1 header tag. I think that would be fun. h1, I'll give this an ID of my h1. We'll close it, save. In place of this consuming code, I'm going to select my h1 header tag, document.get element by ID. That ID was my h1, and I will set the inner HTML equal to, then I will use the await keyword. Follow this with calling a function. We're waiting for load file to receive a promise. The argument that's enclosed within that promise will display that as text to the window. However, there's going to be one issue. Uncaught syntax error. Await is only valid in async functions. In order to use this await keyword, it needs to be within an async function. Let's surround this statement with an async function. Async function. What can we name this? Maybe just display. Then let's move this. Then we would need to invoke this display function just to get the process started. Display. File loaded. Now check this out. What if we throw an error? File loaded equals false. Well, we have an uncaught exception within our promise. To catch exceptions, we can surround some code with try and catch blocks. Let's surround this statement with a try block and catch any exceptions. Try. Let's move this statement, place it within the try block. Then I will catch any errors. I guess I'll display the error too. So I'll copy this, paste it. Inner HTML equals error. File not loaded. Basically speaking, the await keyword is a popular alternative. It's especially nice if you're waiting for multiple asynchronous processes. There is another way of writing this too that I like better. In place of two functions, let's combine them into one. This is how I would write it. I'm going to create a promise within this load file function. Const promise equals new promise. I'll add some callbacks, resolve, reject. I'll create an arrow function expression. I'll place my asynchronous code within this promise. In place of return, we will resolve. In place of throw, we will reject. Let's copy our try and catch blocks. Delete this function. Then paste those try and catch blocks within this async function. We're not going to invoke the load file function while we're already in it. We're waiting for a promise. Luckily, there's a promise right here. Await promise. Make sure you don't invoke it. Lastly, we just need to invoke this load file function. Load file. There we go. File not loaded. I'll set this to true. File loaded. So yeah, everybody, that's the await keyword. It makes a function wait for a promise. If you would like a copy of this code, I'll post this in the comment section down below. And well, yeah, that's the await keyword in JavaScript.